Alrighty, welcome back everybody to another algorithmic programming course with our Tech Bytes program where we're coming to you every Monday solving new problems, developing our Python skills. As you guys can see, this is the 11th week and we're coming back after a week-long spring break. Took a week off from all of our Tech Bytes programs, but it is about to be April. The weather's getting nice outside as well, and we're coming back with some nicer problems, developing our coding skills together, and starting this Wednesday a new project in product development, and then this Friday we got our video gaming hour, which you guys are all excited for, playing a game to kick off the weekend right as well. So as always, looks like we got our old original squad coming back. That is awesome to see. You guys hopefully keep on coming back. If not, you can watch our videos on the YouTube channel. But let's get on started. You guys already know who we are, guys. My name is Ryan Sadikia, senior at James B. Conant High School. Crazy, there's only a month and a half left where I can use that line anymore. Remember the quote, guys: learn, play, code, sleep, and repeat. Hopefully you did. Hopefully you did a lot of the last two: sleeping, and repeating over spring break. But now it's time to integrate the first three back: learn, play, and code. That's what we're bringing to you.
Hey guys, my name is Lavdi. Good to see you again. And I did come up, or I found a new quote on the internet related to coding: make it work, make it right, and make it fast. So those three little phrases are what I guess each coder should stick to whenever coding any snippet of code. Just you got to make it work and make sure it's correct and make it quick. Oh
Well,
yes,
well, Chase
finally.
favoring the Lavdi
Thank you,
now.
Chase.
How the tables have turned. Wow.
Cold War
Ooh.
continues.
Quote war continues. Yes, it does. We'll keep a tally mark. Okay, so Lavdi got week 11. I think I had week 10. We'll keep on going. This is a little fun. Alrighty, guys. So now quick reminder before we do get started. Remember, our courses, I believe everybody here is aware of them. But like I said at the beginning, algorithmic programming, every Monday, we're solving a new problem in the language of Python. You guys are going to start getting more independent as well. Every Wednesday, we got project development. This Wednesday, I know we already have a bunch of ideas, but keep on dropping them in the Google Classroom so that we can start thinking of what we want to make. A new project. We just finished up tic-tac-toe. First, we made Mastermind, so always having fun with that. And then Friday, we got our video gaming hours. And then once every month, not listed here, is Hack Central, where we do a bit more advanced talking about computer science. And then this is just a tentative schedule for this month of April. Let's see what the future with summer brings and if we're going to be switching up any programs. So stay tuned for that. But for the month of April, we're going to keep on with the usual.
Yep. And today's agenda, just like we do for Algorithmic Programming Mondays, we will have a word problem that we will talk about. We'll whiteboard a kind of logic solution for it to figure out how to solve that problem. And then finally, this time, instead of giving you time to code, we'll just code together. And then in the end, we'll review terms. And then that's it.
Exactly. Let's get on easing back, hopefully getting out those cobwebs in our brains from spring break. And let's get to today's problem. That being that we're going to be given any number in the world, any integer, guys, however many digits long. And our goal is going to be to reverse that integer in reverse order. So for example, I think this makes much more sense. So say we have a number like 7645. Our goal is to create a program which will reverse the whole integer so that we will have the number 5467. Notice how it's reversed. Number 5, since it's last, it's not going to be in the first index, aka the 0th position. Then the number 4 goes in the first index, number 6 goes in the second index, and the number 7 goes in the last index. And this can apply for any number. It could be 10 digits long for all we know. And our goal is to just flip it. So that is what we are going to be attacking today.
Joe just entered in with his quote, by the way. He put it in the chat.
Okay.
Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Groucho Marx, wow. Groucho Marx. Joe, any connection with the man I'm thinking about? The other guy who ends in Marx?
No, Groucho Marx is completely different. Groucho Marx is a comedian.
Okay.
So he
Good to
may
know.
have had similar leanings towards Karl Marx, but no, they are not related.
Good to know. Good to know. Alrighty, so now let's get towards explaining what we're going to be doing to solve this problem today. And like Labdi said, we're going to be doing it together, so don't worry too much. But eventually we'll get started, developing our own skills as well.
Yeah. All right. So as always, we'll be using variables. Now this is the easy part. Variables contain values like numbers, strings, so any like names, words, like hello world. Variables are also technically arrays because arrays contain a list of variables, but yeah, that's variables. And then other than variables, I think we'll use functions. We have been creating functions for, I believe, every algorithmic programming day. It's basically you define a function, and instead of storing a value like a variable, a function stores a bunch of code that you run when you call that function. Easy, right?
And then, guys, today we're going to be utilizing some loops as well. And more specifically, today we're going to use a while loop. Now, we've learned about two loops. Anybody want to remind us of what the other kind of loop is? We got a while loop. And then we have
Four.
Avanish on the dot. Yep, we have a for loop. Now, Avanish, can you remind the class what is the difference? Do you remember anything why we use one over the other?
Well, if you do if you use a while loop in the code, it's kind of like that, kind of like a cause and effect, like while this is true or not, and then based on that the computer will do an action. And if it's for a for loop, you can do it for like a number of times.
Exactly. And today we're going to utilize a while loop, which, like you said, they're usually the condition, right? Which is has to be met for a while loop to keep on running the code inside of it. And today our condition is specifically going to be we're going to keep on running our while loop until the integer we have is greater than 0. So that way we can keep on reversing every single digit until our number is less than 0. At that point, it can't really be reversed.
All right. So while we are going to use a while loop, we are also going to use mods and division. Now, if you think about the problem that we are trying to solve, just reversing a number, it's kind of hard to imagine why we will use mods. But before we do dive into how we use mods, we will, I'll just go through what mods and division are in coding. So modding any number is basically finding the remainder. So let's do a quick round, actually. Let me.
Don't do math, because otherwise Avanish will just destroy us all. Part of the reason I didn't suggest math quiz as part of the projects. You are also muted, Lopti.
Yeah.
Oh, was I muted the whole way?
Yeah, for like a minute.
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so now you guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Amazing. Okay, so mods. Wait, you guys didn't hear like the dividing in mods?
Oh no, we heard that part. Yeah. We didn't
Oh,
hear,
okay,
like,
okay. Okay, got it. Yeah, so let's see. 43 mod 7 equals, shout it out.
I'm afraid I don't like percentages at all, especially that.
I'm letting you win.
Ooh,
Nope, stop letting me win, all right?
that's
Stop letting me win. I don't know that.
statement.
Wow.
I'm still working on this.
Avanish, what do you think it is?
Isn't that like the remainder kind of
Yep.
thing?
Yep.
Yeah. So that would be 1, right?
Exactly, because 7 goes into
Yes.
43. Like 6 times, fully. There you go.
How's it 1 again?
I knew that. I was letting Avanish win.
Okay, so 43, what's the small the biggest number that is divisible by 7 that's less than 43? That's 42, right? So 42 divided by 7 equally, or that's 6. So 6 times 7 equals 42. What's the remainder? If you subtract 42 from 43, you get 1. So basically you divide 43 by 7 and the remainder is the mod. So
Okay, got
let's
it now.
do a couple of other rounds. Let's do an easy one this time. Come on, guys.
Oh no,
this is easy.
111.
So okay, so tell me, what do you do
0.111?
to get 111?
So 2 can already go into 222, and I
Yeah.
think that's 111, and then I do 222 minus 111.
Oh, actually, okay. Since we know that 2 can go into 222, we know that there is no remainder because the definition of mod is getting the remainder. So this is actually 0.
Oh, so this is a remain. Oh, okay, I get it now.
Okay.
And
Okay,
one
we
quick
got
moment,
this.
one sec, the Saks is saying that he has a different way he likes to solve these. Saks, you want to share your point of view real quick?
Ooh,
I think you have the ability to speak, right? Oh, here we go.
I meant for like the Python coding. I had another way to solve.
Oh, the
oh,
problem.
the problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you mute me? I don't have the.
All right.
Good. Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's do 3 more. Let's do a hard one. Mod. Say 3. Is this too hard for you guys?
Huh? Is it 0 with remainder too?
0, 0, 0.
It is 0 because 345 is divisible by 3. So okay.
I did
Let's
it.
do.
Three.
Because what's the smallest number under 67 that's divisible by 8? Or biggest number?
64.
Yep. So that is 3. Now, I'll do a couple relating to today's problem. So let's do.
All right, I'm out. All right. See you guys.
It's actually not
Isn't
that
it
hard
4?
to think about it. Yeah, exactly. So how many tens or yeah, what's the remainder when
34.
1,234 is divided by 10? It's actually just 4. Now I'm gonna trick you guys, or not trick you guys, but let's do this.
Hint, hint. There's a pattern.
It's 3.
Okay, let's see if you get the pattern this time.
2.
Yep, and then
1.
1.
1.
okay, I'll just write
Then
it down.
0.
Negative.
We'll do. Okay, so if you guys take a look at these numbers, there's 4, 3, 2, and 1. What do you guys notice? That I mean, we started off with this number, and these are the numbers that we got. Do you guys notice any pattern?
Look at our original number, guys. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, right? What the math we just did, the results, what did it spell out for us essentially?
Oh, so if you just flip them around, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Exactly. So this is the logic that we will use in Python using mods and then dividing. So the dividing will just turn this 1, 2, 3, 4 into 1, 2, 3, and then 12, and then 1. So, and then we'll just loop that over into a while loop. All right. So, and I believe we are good to go.
Yep.
I will start sharing my screen and send you guys.
Also,
is there anything?
If you guys want any more ideas for projects, I'm tapped out. That paragraph took me a long time to write. That took me like 30 minutes because I had to also look up some good. I also had to look up the name for some of them.
We appreciate it, Chase. Thank you.
And Chase, I sent you some stuff so that you can like invite and stuff.
All right. So remember when we decided that we needed functions for solving this problem? That's the first thing that we will establish. First, we're going to declare a function. I'll just start going through the syntax, and then you guys can shout it out if you remember. So def reverse number. And then inside, we will send our number as a parameter. Now, does anyone remember what a parameter is? Here's a hint. It's a variable that you pass in a function.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out my login. I haven't been on here for so long that it logged me out. So now I'm trying to remember my thing.
Oh, no problem. So meanwhile, you guys do log in and then try to figure out what a parameter is. I will just call the function that we declared. So calling the function is just, okay, typing the name of the function, so reverse number, and then inside I'm going to pass in a number, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now inside this function is where our code for reversing that number will go. And now it's time to use variables. This is where this parameter will come in. So basically I passed in a number here, 1, 2, 3, 4, which I can change. I can pass in some other number, let's say 9876 and something like that. So basically parameters allow you to use the same function for different kinds of numbers, basically. So now inside this function, I'm going to set one variable to be my temp num. So this number I'm going to initially set as the number that is passed in, not number. This temp num is basically what we're going to use to turn that 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 1, 2, 3 into the 1, 2, and then into the 1. Now after setting this temp num variable, I am going to then set my final number. So final number equal to 0 for now. Now this is the final number, the 4, 3, 2, 1 that we want to get in this case. And oh, I'm doing JavaScript. Oops. And the 6, 7, 8, 9 that we want for this input. So yeah, we start from final num, which is equal to 0, and then we'll just add to that every time. All right, so we declared our function. We're already calling it right now, and then we also declared our variables. Now, just over here, I'm going to print our final num. And between these two is where the while loop will go. Okay. So yeah, function checked off, variables checked off, calling the function checked off. All we need to do is actually code the while loop and then code how to use the mods and the division. Okay, so let's say while, there should be a condition over here. While something is true. So what do we want to run this while until? Well, we'll be changing as we name this variable temp num. So it's a temporary number that we'll be changing throughout the while loop. So we want to run this while loop until temp num is greater than 0. Okay. And then while we run this for every iteration of that loop, we want, let's just create a new variable. Value is equal to temp num mod 10. So this is where that mod comes in. So remember, mod 1, 2, 3, 4 is just 4. It takes that last number, and then mod 1, 2, 3 is just 3. If you have 10, mod 10. So yeah, value, it'll just take that last digit. And what we're going to do with that is basically, this is a little bit logical if you think about it, but we're going to have final num. So this is this final num variable that we initially set to 0. What we're going to add to it is its initial value, which is final num, times 10 plus this value. So what this means is, okay, suppose my final num, let me just annotate this. Or, there we go. So let's say my, there we go. So let's say my final num was 2. Actually, let's just make it 4, this final digit over here. And then my iteration, this value will be 3. So what I'm doing is final num times 10 will just be 40 plus 3. So this will be 43. Now suppose my final num is 43 right now. Now I'll multiply this by 10. That's like the third iteration of the while loop. So 43 times 10 is 430. And then I'll be adding this value, which will then be 2. So this will equal to 432. Now this is my new final num in the fourth iteration. Third iteration, just kidding. All right, so, and then the final iteration will just take that 432 multiplied by 10. So that's equals 4320, and then add 1 to it, which will give us the number we are looking for, which is 4321. So that's our little pseudocode, I guess, or logic. Let's just put that over here. Okay, so just make sure that I'm not annotating anymore. Okay, nice. We are not. Okay. Now we have the value. We set the final num to a new value. Now, since we are using a while loop, you know how for loops work, that you just have to iterate through them and then the number I changes every time. Well, in a while loop, we have to manually change the variable that we are using for our conditional. This temp num, if I don't change it every time, what will happen is this temp num will stay that 1, 2, 3, 4, the number that we set it initially, and this while loop will go on infinitely, which is horrible when you're coding. But yeah, so last thing we need to do is decrease temp num, basically truncate that last value. Now remember in the whiteboard how we used dividing by 10 to get rid of that last value. That's basically what we're going to do. So temp num is equal to temp num divided by 10. Easy. Except since we don't want any decimals, I'm just going to add in an int. Oh, that was weird. Okay. So this just integerifies. Okay, whatever. Yeah, it just makes this into an integer so that, let's say we have, yeah, this 1234. If we actually divide that by 10, let's actually Google that. What is that? Anyone know? That's, oh, of course. That was very, okay, dumb, but 123.4, right? That is a decimal, but all we need is, we just need this 123 part. So that's where this int comes in. This int turns this decimal into just that 123, which will then go into this while loop again and then turn into 12, and then that will go into the while loop again and then turn into a 1. And then we'll get our final answer. So everything that was needed to do inside the while loop is done, and we have our final num printed out inside the step. And let's see if it works. It doesn't.
The indentation lobby, I think.
Oh, yes,
When
okay.
inside.
Yeah, because if you indent it, the automatically replicate changes into a loop, I think.
Actually, okay, that great question. So right now it's only indented at the level of the def. Since I want this to be inside the def, I want to indent it even further. So for example, this level of indentation is where I want it to be. So, oh, I hate these. Okay, yeah, there we go. So that's
There you go. Yep.
thanks, Fran. And if we run that, have some patience.
Are you using replit.com now?
Yep.
It changes to, it was on replit.org, now it's .com.
Oh, amazing. Okay. So yeah, that prints out our final num from what we inputted 1, 2, 3, 4 to what we were expecting 4, 3, 2, 1, and from 9876 to 6,789. Thank you guys. Thank you for the appreciation. Okay, just kidding.
I did the same changes, but when I got it, it just keeps on saying error.
Okay.
Wait,
So-
what line does it say error? Like specifically what part or what line?
Oh,
So
Saj?
wait, the thing is, so it says file main py line 8 value equal 10 num. Wait, value equal 10 num.
Saksh, how about you send over your code? Let me take a look at it while
Wait,
she's wrapping it up.
over.
Is there like a underlined red on the line 8, or probably you indented like Lobby?
Saj,
Yeah, yeah. There's
click on
there's an underline 10.
really quick. Click on this share button. You'll see, and then copy this. Click copy, and then paste it in the chat. So Rand will just look through your code, and then.
Oh, so that's how you shared in the chat.
No.
Okay.
Now the thing is, I'm doing the coding on my computer while I'm using my iPad for the class.
Are you sure, Saksh, you have all the syntax like Labdy's right now? The while loop and then the indentations are right. We have the 3 variables we're manipulating right there. All that good?
Yeah, but I did that. Wait, should I invite you to mine?
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait, what should I type?
Do you need our username?
Yeah, I believe so. Just send it over to Rayan, and meanwhile, Saj
Wait,
is doing
Rayan.
that.
Wait, what's Rayan's username though?
1 sec, I'm pulling that up.
I think he's just named like Rayan or something.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, whatever. So Rayan, can you just put that in the
Yeah,
chat?
yep, it is.
Amazing, nice. Okay. Yeah, so here's our def, our function. Inside it, we create some variables, run a while loop, and use mods and division to basically go through this 1, 2, 3, 4 in a reverse way. So it goes 1,234, and then that turns into 123. That turns into 12, and that turns into 1. Yeah, and we called it 2 times just to check. Anyone else want to put in some humongous number and then still check if it works?
55, 50, 50.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, 8,570.
Okay. You guys want to add in any numbers, random numbers like 2, 5, 3, 9? Let's add that. Okay, I see. Let's run
Wait,
that.
add a 1. Add a 1 after it.
Got it. Let's add that too.
That's a little ridiculous.
Okay, it's not printing correctly.
I
Actually.
agree, it is not.
Saksh, I put my username in the chat. Let me know once you've shared it.
Is this okay?
Yeah, it's not correct.
Probably. Okay, so the reason why it's not working correctly is if you take a look, these last digits are correct up until
Wait, Rayan, for some
7.
reason, typing in your username, but it's not working. It says cannot be found.
Yeah, so the
Or you can just make him host and make him share the screen.
Yeah, how about Saksh? How about I'll make you oh, I think Joe is the host. And I'm the host.
No,
too.
I can't. No, the only thing is that I can't become host because the only thing is that I'm doing the coding on my dad's computer while I'm on Zoom on my iPad, so that's why.
You can like type it out. That'll take time, but
Can you open the
can.
camera? Can you open the camera and show us like that?
yeah,
Yeah, you could show
I
us.
can
the-
stop sharing.
Okay, I'm gonna start my video real quick.
Mhm.
Oof. Wait, give me a second. Listen. Yeah, so there's an underlined 10.
Okay, this is
Yo,
not gonna work.
It's kind of hard.
Can you pin me for a second? Can you pin me? This thing's really hard.
Yes.
Wait.
How about you flip the camera? Yeah, I think that'd be better. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I should flip. For some reason, I don't have. Okay, yes. I
That focus is
Are
amazing.
you using Replit or Replit?
Okay,
Hold
there
on,
we go.
hold
Oh,
on.
yes. So there's a problem. Saksh,
Oh.
on line 10, push it one inside, tab one so you can tab it inside.
wait. Tab 1.
Yeah, tab one time on line 10.
What do you mean by tab 1? I'm not that used to computer science.
Like hit the tab key so you can indent all the 3 lines correctly inside the while loop.
Oof. Just go to line 10 already. Oof. Oh my. Okay, yeah, I did.
Now
And
run
one
it.
more thing, in line 8, before the number 10, you have a, I don't know what it's called. It's a symbol. It looks like a, I mean, quotation mark. Get rid of that.
Quotation.
Yeah, it looks like a quotation mark.
Whoops. I didn't
Yeah.
notice. I probably hit that. Okay, yeah. Now it says reserved number.
Reversed number.
Yeah, so I typed in reverse number 1, and then I added in the brackets, and then I said 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now it's just underlined.
My guess is that it's some sort of syntax error.
Yeah.
But fear not, we will we'll be posting our code syntax, all of it like from Replit on the Google Classroom. So how about after the session, make sure you go like line by line and then make sure that all of your syntax matches with ours. And then after checking that, my guess is your code should work.
In last class, I also so I took a screenshot and then I tried doing it myself. But when I pressed run, it just said it just kept on saying invalid also. So
I think the best solution, Saksh, would be if you want to pull it out side by side, maybe have 2 tabs open and then check line for line. If not, we can start off next on Wednesday if you want to come in earlier, and then we can look at it again.
sure.
So isn't there a way to share your Replit though, or he might be on Replit.com? Sorry.
It's because I think he's on a separate device.
Actually, here, one last try. Saksh, can you put my email in? Probably that will work.
Yeah, I can try. Okay, I'm gonna just really quickly open the chat. Okay. And just
And
type
then-
it in.
Yeah, and then while Saksh is doing that, do we have any questions on?
What are we going to be
what we
doing
are waiting?
for? What's the project we're going to be doing? Are we going, or have we not picked, or have you not picked yet?
I don't believe we have picked any projects yet. Anyone
Chase-
have any other ideas other than Chase?
What we'll do is, if anybody wants to keep dropping more ideas, I'll make a poll, and then tomorrow night we'll drop it, and then whatever's the most popular, if it's doable, we'll do it.
Yeah.
If
Okay,
there's
I
a tie.
invited you. I invited.
Okay. Give me a second. So I'll just finish off these people. Basically, you guys see that we're getting this error. Like these numbers don't match the first few numbers over here. That's because this number is too big for Python. To handle these types of numbers, we'll need to use a type of integer called long. That just stores more bytes, so like more data. It's able to store more data inside a single variable.
I actually have an idea for the project.
Okay, give me a second. So yeah,
Okay, I'll do after.
if we just truncate that number, it should work. But yeah, I have finished what I would say.
And Saksh, please drop that idea in the Google Classroom as well, so we can get that.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I could just tell it right now. So my idea, we could like create a tiny little like pixel game where you're a plane, you're like a space plane, and then you're trying to find your way out of the asteroid belt.
Oh,
have
you want to do a side scroller?
No, yeah, and you gotta like shoot the asteroids to destroy them, and you have only 3 lives before the spaceship explodes.
That
That's a
seems
good
like
idea.
it would be too
A bit
Yeah,
yeah,
that
exactly.
would be a bit complex.
Yep, and we just utilized Tkinter as well, so that'd be another graphical game. We just did graphics, so we might do something more in the output box with Python. But good idea though.
I made since I don't know how to do Python, I normally just go in Microsoft, make code, and then I just do code with the blocks. I actually made a game like that. I went into the Python. It took around 200 like 200 of those
You guys could teach like making like websites like non-Python, like more like HTML gear.
Yeah,
HTML.
that might be one of the programs we start next month. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys had like the web development one.
yep, that was last year.
Yeah, that was like long ago. So most of the people here right now weren't in that one.
What's the game we're gonna be doing for Friday?
We'll
Yeah.
choose
Among
on.
Us?
Yeah, we could do Among Us again. Yeah.
We could do Among Us or the one that Chase sent.
That's
And
what
my
time
Discord server is in the chat if anyone wants to join.
Well, thank you, Ayush. We'll make
Board
sure.
Game
and do
Arena
that.
has like a lot of different board games. I mean, I just tried that one because I saw my brother use it once and it looked like it would work well for this. So
For sure, yeah, we'll take a look and then we can decide on Wednesday. And then look out, guys, tomorrow night we'll be dropping a poll with some ideas for our project. So be sure to drop your input so we can choose together what we want to create on Wednesday. Other than that, that takes us till the end for today's algorithm programming. We tackled the problem, getting back on our grind after spring break, hopefully remembering our old terms and clearing up any misconceptions we have. As always, guys, if you have any further questions, be sure to refer to the code Lavdy's going to post on our Google Classroom so that you can make sure the code is right. Socks recommend you do the same as well. And then if any further questions, you guys knows how to reach us on our Google Classroom. Other than that, guys, take care. Get you guys this Wednesday.
I thank
Bye.
you.
Hey, see you guys.